This presentation begins with Yolanda Larson from Mothers Against Drunk Driving, addressing the new recruits, explaining what M.A.D. does within the community, and how they continue to fight for rights against drunk and impaired driving.
Is I want to know, how can I make ride reports better? What can I do roadside to make these better? How can I make a tight case so the state doesn't drop any of my cases? And when these go to front of a jury, there's no question that this person was impaired and we made the right decision that night. I also had the unfortunate privilege of listening to the story of DeMott and Cindy, who's on her way. It brought me to tears. And I have a feeling it's probably going to do the same for you guys. The other story that's brought me to tears numerous times, the story you're about to hear. You watched the video a few minutes ago. I mean, this gentleman, like I said, is absolutely larger than life.
And with that introduction, I'm about to address law enforcement for the first time. This is my daughter, Carrie Ann. I promise I won't tear up too much, but I will. First, I want to thank Chief Barry, Deputy Chief Meltzer, Deputy Chief M.A.D.D, UCF, Yolanda, my friend, Officer Prado. I spent almost 28 years performing in front of hundreds of thousands of people every year. Honored. You are more important for me than anybody else right now, because you're victims of DUI, because you never met my daughter. You're never going to have a chance to meet her on campus. You're never going to have a chance to talk to her. That makes you a victim of DUI. I'm the father of 3. My oldest daughter will be 23 this year. My son is 7. I tried to retire back in 2008. It didn't work out very well. Carrie Ann was 20 years old. October 10th, 2015, she was hit head on by a multiple offender of DUIs. No interlock system in place. No chance to defend herself. It wasn't an accident. It was a conscious decision by someone to change thousands of lives. And that makes you victims, because you'll never meet my daughter. But you're meeting her right now. I want her smile to be burned into your mind. I want you to understand what you're here for. I want you to know that I come from a family of law enforcement. My uncle, my godfather, my father, my nephew is getting ready to join the forces in New Jersey. I get it. And I understand. And I also understand that you're not portrayed well on social media. I also understand that you're not going to make many friends when you do your job. You're going to piss people off. You're going to offend someone. And you're going to have to stand there with a smile on your face, because I've watched it happen. I went to saturation night. I watched 80 men and women go on shift, and 23 plus people were stopped that night. And for one night, 23 lives were saved, maybe more. I don't care if your feelings get hurt when someone calls you an asshole. I don't care if someone challenges your judgment. You're here because you want to be here, right? You have a passion for this? Then I challenge you. I challenge you every day to remember why you're sitting in this room. I challenge you to remember this face. I challenge you to the 3+ hours of paperwork. I challenge you to take the ride into Orlando to the DUI center and do your job, because I need you. There's people that need you, and you don't hear that every day. You hear the negative. Well, I'm here to tell you I need you. I need you now more than ever. My kids need you, my wife needs you, your families need you, because I didn't pay attention until this happened to me. And that's a damn shame. But you gotta know how much this means to me to be standing here and say to you, I don't care if you have 2 hours of overtime. I don't care if it's Saturday night and your day off is Sunday. I don't care if you have a headache. I don't care if you think if you let one person go with a reminder. I want you to think of my daughter. Put the time in, because I appreciate you. She's 20 years old, a junior at this university. She went out of her way for people she didn't even know. Her major was sociology. She worked at Universal Studios. She volunteered at our church. She dressed up as a princess to do kids' parties on Sundays and Saturdays. And she was coming home like she was supposed to be. My daughter never came home. You pay attention to what you're taught. You pay attention to your surroundings. There's thousands of people every year affected by this. None more important to me than my daughter. Nothing's more important to me now in my life at 50 years old than talking to you. Because you're victims. You didn't meet her. You're the most important people in the world to me. To my family. To my friends. And there's nothing Yolanda could say to you, and there's nothing Frank could say to you, and there's nothing I could say to you. But I want you to look at my daughter's face. For every one person that makes you think it's not worth it, there's hundreds who unfortunately don't walk up to you and shake your hand and say thank you, but I'm that guy. And I appreciate you. And I want you to think about that every night, every shift, every day off, because what you're going to do throughout your career is going to save these kids. It's going to save moms, it's going to save grandmas, it's going to save dads, it's going to save someone. I challenge you. I challenge you that when you're out there doing your job, take 1 second to think about my daughter. On that ride to the DUI center at 2 o'clock in the morning when your shift's about to end, I challenge you. I challenge you to look forward with eyes open. Take the name calling. Take all the negative stuff, and I challenge you to remember my daughter. Not a negative day in her life. And because of what happened to her, you became victims. Because you're never going to meet her. But you can protect her. You can protect my oldest daughter. You can protect my son. You can protect my wife. You can protect me. I promise you I'll go everywhere and anywhere that everybody in law enforcement understands how much you're needed. But to you in this room right now, This community needs you. My family needs you. I want you to do your job. And I appreciate that you do it every day. And I'm thankful. Thank God every day. Don't forget that. Everything you do affects everybody around you from here on out. Carrie Ann's going to be 21, January 9th of this year. Your job as a parent is to protect your kids. Does anybody have kids? Who has kids here? Who's married? Who's under the age of 21? It's their job, right? You protect your kids. I wasn't there to jump in front of that car, but I'm here now. I'm here in front of you. I challenge you, not just as law enforcement, as people. I challenge you, man. I could look you all in the eye every day and say thank you. You have to know it's from my heart. And I'm speaking for so many more people. And it matters. Carrie Ann DeMott matters. You matter. Things have got to change. Whether you're on the clock or whether you're off the clock, things have got to change. That's my challenge. My challenge comes from respect, because I know what you're doing. I take the ride-alongs, I watch it. Is it unfair? Yeah. Is it unsafe? Yeah. But if you didn't already know that, you wouldn't be sitting here. But for that, I appreciate you. I promise you, anytime you need someone to give you a pep talk, Frank knows how to get in front of me. I swear to you, I'll come to you and look you in the eye and thank you again. Because there's nothing more important than what you're doing right now. So not what was in my notes. But I don't need notes to speak from my heart. I struggle every day. Every day. To look my wife in the eye, my kids, my parents. My daughter, every night. She was going to change the world. She's still going to change it. But she needs your help. Every day she needs your help. I need your help. And if you need my help, all you got to do is let me know. I appreciate you. I thank everyone for this time. I hope this does something. Not for the day. For your career, for your life, for your family. I want you home safe every night. And I appreciate you. That's all I got.
And all that's left for me to do is say thank you to the men and women of the University of Central Florida Police Department.